Hello, welcome to Hypercitigh News Point, where we take the best contents published on our website and do a quick recap on it over the weekend. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to our channel and put on the notification bell and follow all our social media handles to get live feeds from us anytime we post. Without much further ado, let's move on to the top 5 stories on our website for the week.
Here are the top stories that made the news for the week. Beat down virtual graduation fee, or consider school stadium for physical graduation.
Basic school students to begin next academic year in January 2021.
Akufo-Addo's 1v1D is a waste of resources, says Mahama. Still in politics. Government softens stance on controversial Agyapa Royalties deal. In sports, Egypt's Africa Cup of Nations trophy gone missing. Lionel Messi stays at Football Club Barcelona for another year.
University of Science and Technology graduating batch of 2020 took to Twitter a few weeks ago to register their displeasure with a proposed virtual graduation ceremony. To further ruffle their feathers, the proposed compulsory fee of 250 cedis billed to graduands have also sparked a further uproar. In an official petition submitted by a section of the institution's 2020 graduating year group, the concerned graduands have put up a fight to hold on to any flicker of hope of having an in-person graduation. The petition submitted on September 1, 2020, by the concerned graduands commend the university's authorities on their proactive approach to dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. On the issue of footing a 250 cedis bill for an online event, the concerned graduands suggested other solutions such as a reduction of the amount or an itinerary of items that sum up to the amount so students can select those they would want to part with. The university's management is yet to release any response to the official petition by the concerned graduands. Check out the full story on our website at www.hypercitighgh.com for more info. The President of the Republic of Ghana announced that the 2020 and 2021 academic year for basic and first-year high school students will commence in January 2021. According to him, the teaching and learning curriculum will be adjusted in the perspective to make up for subjects uncovered as a result of the closure of the educational institutions. He made this known in his 16th televised address to the nation on measures taken by the government to stem the spread of the pandemic in the country.
The Ghana Education Service, after further consultations, has decided to postpone the remainder of the academic year for all nursery, kindergarten, primary, JHS1 and SHS1 students. The next academic year will resume in January 2021 with appropriate adjustments made to the curriculum to ensure that nothing is lost from the previous year.
Further speaking, the president described the span of time spent by the students out of schools as a necessary price to pay in our efforts to protect the lives of our children. Fellow Ghanaians, these are a necessary price to pay in our efforts to protect the lives of our children, as well as to limit and contain the spread of the virus in our country, he added. This was after he declared that the international airport can operate under certain terms and conditions.
To do so. Fellow Ghanaians, I'm glad to announce that Kotoka International Airport will reopen and resume operations from Tuesday, 1st September 2020. This decision has been communicated to all international airlines.
The flag-bearer and leader of the National Democratic Congress John Mahama has questioned the nature of the dams that have been provided under government's One Village One Dam promise. The flag-bearer, who described the 1v1D as a monumental waste of money, said, instead of the government constructing dams as promised to the people of Ghana, it has resorted to providing dugouts that are not fit for all year-round farming because they dry up and some are even not able to hold water. While making his address to chiefs and people of Lagu and Manway in the Wa East constituency, as part of his 4-day tour of the Upper West region, Mr. Mahama said the government's much-touted dams are dugouts which are unfit for the purposes of irrigation. In 2016, when the NPP came with the promise of one village 1 decameter, I personally asked what kind of dams they are talking about because there are different kinds of dams, but they refused to answer. Mr. Mahama noted that his observation is consistent with the findings of a recent research, conducted by the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, that about 90% of the dams constructed under the government's One Village One Dam policy cannot be used for irrigation. Mr. Mahama assured the chiefs and people of the area that the next NDC administration will construct fit-for-purpose irrigation dams to support their farming activities throughout the year across the country.
Government appears to have softened its stance on the controversial Agyapa Royalties agreement. This is the outcome of a meeting between the Finance Ministry and some civil society organizations, in the country where the government is said to have expressed its willingness to engage stakeholders to inform its decision regarding the transaction. This comes on the back of agitation by the minority in Parliament, who have demanded the withdrawal of the contract with Agyapa Mineral Royalties Limited, over what it believes is an opaque attempt by the NPP-led administration to siphon public funds for their parochial interest. The new agreement is expected to enable the country to use a special purpose vehicle, Agyapa Royalties Limited, to secure about $1 billion to finance infrastructural projects. Some 15 CSOs at a press conference on August 25 was also concerned about what they describe as a lack of openness and transparency that has characterized the transaction, a position which the government has vehemently justified over the past few weeks.
We acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, that postmortem attempts are being made to engage the public by the Minerals Income Investment Fund Secretariat to provide answers to some questions Ghanaians have on the Agyapa transaction. This, in fact, underscores the point that prior engagements would have better served the national cause and deepened consensus on the policy. Regardless of the attempt to clarify some concerns, significant questions remain unanswered. 1. Are the managers and directors of Agyapa Royalties not politically exposed persons? And were they not selected through a non-competitive process? Just last week, we cited a call for expression of interest placed in the Daily Graphic, inviting prospective consultants for the development of a strategic plan for the Mineral Income Investment Fund. While we welcome the open and transparent process for the firm selection relative to this particular assignment, we have not found evidence of the same openness in the creation of the special purpose vehicle, Agyapa Royalties, and the appointment of its directors. Again, it piques our imagination as to why an entity without a corporate strategy and approved spending plans will proceed to raise $1 billion and seed $500 million to the government in such an indecent haste, especially when there is no known national emergency to warrant such rush. 2. Where the transaction arises.
But in an interview with Joy News after the meeting on September 2, energy analyst Samuel Bekoy said the finance minister clarified some of the technicalities surrounding the transaction which must be studied to inform the civil society organization's next directive. That is, the finance minister said, the initial valuation was as a requirement of company registration which auditors would require from you. So it won't be an independent tender that when you are registering a company you can put any figure there. So it was a matter of international standards that they had followed. They were hoping that when gold prices continue to remain the same and they go to the market, there will be some roadshows where they will hear more about the willingness of buyers to be able to know what the company is actually worth, the energy analyst told Evans Mensah. He however revealed that the finance minister is ready to consult a wider range of stakeholders to arrive at a conclusion that may be in the interest of all citizens in Ghana. The minister had also indicated that this he believes that is the best window due to the gold prices, and therefore he is now torn between further consultations and that opportunity that it had been presented by the gold prices, Mr. Bekoy said. He added that they are open to assisting government if need be. The funds from the deal, which are expected to be raised from the Ghana Stock Exchange and the London Stock Exchange, will be a long-term capital, without a corresponding increase in Ghana's total debt stock. An investigation has been launched by the Egyptian FA after it found that several trophies have disappeared from its headquarters in Cairo, with an original African Cup of Nations reportedly among them. Egypt received the prize after winning the 2010 edition of the tournament. The trophy, whose style was first used in 2002 after Cameroon received the previous cup after winning that for a third time in 2000, was awarded after Egyptian triumphs in 2006, 2008 and 2010. On Friday, the EFA said it had opened an investigation into the loss of various trophies. As the Egyptian FA is currently developing the main headquarters, including changing the entrance to a small museum of Egyptian football, the management was shocked by the disappearance of some old trophies from the storeroom, said the EFA in a statement. A former EFA vice president has claimed that the 2010 trophy is amongst the missing haul. The EFA was surprised to find that the AFCON trophy was lost and decided to open an investigation. Ahmed Shobier told a leading Egyptian football website, "Nobody knows where the trophy is." After the EFA headquarters were attacked in 2013, various trophies, including the Nations Cup, were moved to a storeroom. However, local officials only searched for them recently after the decision to renovate the EFA's entrance so that Egypt's multiple football cups could be displayed there. For more details on this story, log on to our website. Lionel Messi has agreed to stay at the club for the 2020-21 season after a battle between the two was getting muddy. In an interview with Goal, he made some revelations as to what has transpired between him and the club when he announced he wanted to leave. Messi handed a transfer request and asked to leave for free, but Barca was in no mood to let their talisman go and said, the clause that allowed him to leave on a free transfer, expired in June. There was bickering between the two as Messi wanted to leave for Manchester City. Now, the 33-year-old has agreed to stay to avoid a legal tussle. I have not been allowed this in any way and I will stay at the club so as not to get into a legal dispute, he said. There was another way and it was to go to trial, he added. I would never go to court against Barca because it is the club that I love, which gave me everything since I arrived. It is the club of my life, I have made my life here. The family factor was very important to Messi as his wife and children did not want him to leave as well.
Pensé el bienestar de mi familia, el mío, del club, y siempre fue lo más importante. Cuando yo le comuniqué la decisión esta a mi mujer, a mi hijo, o asumirlo yo mismo, fue un drama bárbaro, llorando, mis hijos pidiéndome que no me vayan, que no se querían ni de Barcelona, que tienen su vida, sus amigos, su colegio, que no querían cambiar de colegio, pero yo miré un poco más allá y los últimos años que me queda lo quiero disfrutar y competir por ganar la Champions, siempre.
Mateo is still little and he doesn't realize what it means to go somewhere else and make your life a few years elsewhere, he said. Thiago, he is older. He heard something on TV and found out something and asked. He cried to me and said, let's not go. I repeat that it was hard, really, he added.
Me apoyaba y me acompañaba y después...
El importante, sabes, que es Mateo. El importante, Mateo, ¿qué decía?
No, Mateo no se da cuenta mucho, ¿no? de la situación o del significado real de lo que es irte a otro lado y hacer tu vida unos años en otra parte, ¿no? Pero Thiago, que es más grande, sí, escuchó en la tele y empezó a a preguntar, a averiguar, y lo que te decía antes, no quería saber nada con que nos vayamos y que él tenga que ir a otro lado, a hacer nuevos amigos, un cole nuevo. La verdad que me lloraba, me decía no nos vayamos, y bueno, fue duro la verdad en ese momento porque es entendible también.
My son, my family, they grew up here and are from here. There was nothing wrong with wanting to leave. I needed it, the club needed it, and it was good for everyone. My wife, with all the pain of her soul, supported and accompanied me. Messi has spent 20 years at the club where he has won 6 Ballon d'Ors and 4 Champions League trophies with 2 trebles. That is all for today. See you again next weekend. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification button to get live feeds from us anytime we post. You can also visit and follow us on all our social media pages. Or go to our website, on www.hypercitygh.com for other relevant news content. Stay safe and have a lovely week. Until then, it's goodbye.